What was it like starting out here? Was this your first experience in early childhood, in preschool, childcare?
Brand new, fresh, never stepped foot into a daycare before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long has it been since you started with us? Having no experience, and then in summer, in just a couple weeks away, Kelsey is going to be taking on her own classroom.
Yeah. I think I'm definitely nervous about making sure that I am meeting the standards.
I hope you have some good takeaways here. All right, Miss Kelsey. Well, thanks for spending a few minutes with me. So what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about your journey here at our preschool program, and then where you were, where you are now, where you're going, and how you got there.
Okay.
You know, what your pathway to your own proficiency abilities, has looked like. So what was it like starting out here? Was this your first experience in early childhood, in preschool, childcare?
Yeah, I started out brand new, fresh, never stepped foot into a daycare before.
Okay.
I walked into it, kind of nervous but excited.
Right.
I was really excited to just hold a baby, honestly. But I walked into it like wanting to learn how to interact with children, because in my future, wanting to go into occupational therapy, that was like my main idea. Like, this might be a stepping stone into something other than education.
Right.
So, that's kind of how I walked into this. And
you have a lot of confidence.
Thank you.
Whether that was you inherited, did you inherit that, or were you taught that?
I think I taught myself that when I got to college, because in high school I was very timid and kind of let people walk all over me. And now that I've kind of walked into my adulthood, I learned I'm not going to be successful if I just stay in my little mouse box.
Yeah. Yep. And I say that because I can remember kind of early on, we had a meeting that you and Miss Justine had asked for, and they were struggling with their co-teacher who was had a master's degree, had a lot of education and a lot of experience, but was really struggling to lead her classroom. And so I thought you ladies handled yourselves very well, and that's where I got the first little taste of Kelsey's confidence. In fact, I remember saying something like this in the video.
Yeah, I remember watching it.
And that looked like this. I just had a meeting with two staff yesterday, and they asked to meet with me because they're a little bit frustrated over a meeting that they were involved with. It was really kind of their co-teachers. And as I listened to them talk to me, I'm like, boy, this gal right here, this Kelsey gal, she's smart. She's smart. She takes initiative. She's not just going to sit by if something's not working. She needs to be a little bit more coachable. And you start learning about the strengths and weaknesses of the staff that you have. And all of a sudden you start building these relationships, and that's maybe how you find that next director. You talk about wanting to use this preschool experience as a stepping stone, but you've been stepping on stones and working your way up here since you started, right?
Yeah.
So how long has it been since you started with us?
It's just been under a year. I started June 26th of 2022.
Okay, so you have an anniversary coming up.
Yeah, anniversary coming up.
Yeah, work anniversary. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then having no experience, and then in summer, in just a couple weeks away, Kelsey is going to be taking on her own classroom. Yeah. So that's been a great evolution. And progress.
Yeah.
Right?
I will say, when working towards my lead, because I didn't like that I wasn't helpful enough, not necessarily helpful enough as an aide, but the teacher couldn't just leave me with the kids and do what they needed to do when we were at ratio.
Right.
I had to be with someone else. And so to me, I was like, man, I could be so much more helpful. I could push myself to become a lead, and that's what I did. Just, doing PDIS hours, and at that time it was kind of a weird PDIS where they were 20 hours and however 400 and some odd hours of in-seat working is when they is how I got mine. So maybe it was easier, but also I did it. So
which was awesome.
Yeah.
I'll just touch on that. It's actually, so it's 455 hours. You're right on the hours of work experience, and they dropped that from 1,820.
Yeah.
But that's because they realigned, Colorado did, with the national standard that fits into that mold, like within a CDA, which is 480 hours and other things. And then she was able to take courses on PDIS, which is Professional Development Information System, a Colorado-based platform where she was able to take 21 hours of continuing education focused all around whatever topic, preschoolers, toddlers, health, nutrition, safety, those kinds of things. So you figured out that pathway on, okay, how do I get my lead teacher status, my ECT, my early childhood teacher certification?
And it was really convenient that it was summertime that I started, and I just could focus on that and get it done. And everyone's like, how'd you get it so quick? And I was like, I had more time on my hands to be able to do it at nap time, do it at home, not have to worry about schoolwork, all that stuff.
Right.
So that was helpful too. And I have really appreciated having my lead because I feel like I have more freedom with the kids to have kids to myself and to like be able to do, like Taylor could go outside with half of them and do outside activity, and I could do art with them inside. And it's like you can kill two birds with one stone, and you know what I mean? And you can it's beneficial for both of us when there's two leads instead of a lead and a teacher aide. So.
You're already doing it. You're experiencing the difference between working as a supporting cast member in a classroom, that teacher's aide, to working into that lead teacher role. What's some additional differences in like responsibilities? You're talking about how great it is because of flexibility that you have.
Yeah.
Right? What are some of the other responsibilities that have changed for you?
Honestly, the liability that the kids, just having the kids and all of that responsibility comes on you as the lead. Their education, how they're learning, their safety, what outside. Because I feel like as a teacher aide, you don't have the knowledge and like the experience. And I mean, I by all means don't have all the knowledge and experience, but I have more.
Right.
And as a teacher aide, I felt like I was almost timid to like be like, okay, I'll do circle time. Okay, I'll do this.
Right.
Oh, I'll write that ouch report. I'll write that, behavior report, whatever that may be.
I'll have that tough conversation with that parent.
Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah. And so like as a teacher aide, I was kind of like, okay, I'll let my lead do it. I don't want to step on their toes.
Right.
I'm here to be assistance to them.
Right.
And then as I transitioned to a lead, of course, a lot of these lead teachers here are super willing to like, you do this. How about you take a shot? Like that first transition.
Yep.
And I felt like I was able to just talk to the parents, help a kid out. Just be more like that one-on-one with a kid, with a parent, rather than just watching and observing and then helping out as needed in a way.
Yeah, and if you're watching this and you're a teacher's aide, I hope, or some of our hopes that you see this, you're like, I need to start doing that. I need to start taking that initiative.
Yeah, because they have full capability. They're with the kids just like a lead teacher is. Being an aide doesn't mean that you have to be in the shadows in the background. You can jump right on it, do everything a lead does. You might not be able to be with the kids alone, but you you can still be as interactive, but just might have to have someone else there with you.
Right.
That's really honestly is the difference.
And I hear you saying the responsibility was ratcheted up. Knowing that, hey, you're in charge of this group of 20 and making sure that your aide is helping you from a safety standpoint, from a pickup and drop off standpoint, from a decision making, cleaning, and making sure cleaning gets done, right?
Yeah.
As an aide, your role might be to get the cleaning done. As a lead, your role changes to making sure that the cleaning is getting done.
And proficient too. That it's, up to standard where these kids are staying healthy and we're staying healthy, and dirt is not on the floor because Lord knows the dirt is brought in by every single one of those kids.
Yep. In a week and a half, you're on your own in the classroom.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
really nervous, but super excited at the same time.
So you've got our little preschool classroom. So these are 10 3-year-olds by yourself. Adjacent through a door is a group of 22 3-year-olds with 2 staff. So at any time you could open up that window or the top of that Dutch door and ask for help or advice. So I love that.
Yeah,
right? And that's common in most programs. What do you think that's going to be look like? What do you think some of your biggest challenges? What are you nervous about?
Well, today I actually was able to chat with my co-teacher. We're not in there on the same days, but we're in the same classroom throughout the week. And we got to chat and just went over expectations, new rules for the classroom. These kids are going through a transition with the teacher, so they're gonna feel it, we're gonna feel it. So we kind of went over how we want somewhere to look and just, what our expectations are. I think walking into this new classroom, I just want kids to be excited that there's a new face that, they already kind of know me, but that there's a new face, and I'm going to let them know I'm going to be here a lot more often. And I want them to know that they have that, I have boundaries of what I am looking for in that classroom in a way.
Okay. Boundaries and or expectations. Okay.
And, as in expectations, and just know that it might be a little different from the previous teacher, but we're going to work through it. And also that my co-teacher and I are on the same page too.
Because our previous teacher, who has been with us for a long time and came back after moving back into town, is transitioning to another 3-year-old classroom at our other location. So and that's why it's also really important to maintain similar expectations between classrooms, and as a center you want to make sure that
rules are very similar,
that we're watching and helping and everybody making sure all of our because it's hard to change your expectations on kids and then change it back every time there's a staffing change or a substitute change. So okay, got it.
I think I'm definitely nervous about making sure that I am meeting the standards of just the kids are still learning. Even though it's summer, it's a little more laid back, but they're still remembering their ABCs and rhyming and all of the things that they need to carry on to next school year. And just keeping up on that, because kids, they're gonna forget if you let them. And I think just being able to maintain, behavior, talking them through situations and why they're doing it, what they're doing is wrong, and just making sure I'm going about it the right way, because I've always had someone else observing how I'm interacting with someone. So, if they're doing something and my reaction is irrational, or I'm trying to think of a good word for that. Or maybe I'm just annoyed by it from stress of the day, or
so running by yourself, some of those challenges is that you don't have somebody else to go, hey, let me take over. Let me tap out. Or let me tap in. Why don't you take 5? Right? So just self-regulating yourself, self-monitoring yourself. And here's the thing is that that's why that year of experience is going to serve you well. I think you're going to get in there and you're going to be like, I love this. This is great. Sometimes when you're running by yourself, there's those lonely moments. So you don't have a co-teacher to be like, I don't. No, I'm not going to talk about Jacob about that.
Or you can't. Or there's a kid that's doing something funny, and you can't be like, oh my gosh, do you see what they're doing? That's so funny. I think that's going to be a struggle, but it's super nice that you can open that door, and it sounds like that door has, been open throughout the day.
Many times,
So I'm excited that I kind of get to do my own thing in the classroom and just, do activities with the kids that I've been wanting to do, and not feel like I'm stepping on someone else's toes with planning, and when we get to do water days, we can implement new things that some people haven't thought of, and I think it'll be good.
That's great. Well, and I just encourage you, if you are on that pathway to your early childhood teacher certification, and to take it on your own room at some point, whether you're with a co-teacher or running by yourself in a smaller room. I hope you have some good takeaways here, and would encourage you to take this as a great career stepping stone, or maybe this is your full-on career path. Congratulations if that's you. So
yeah,
thanks for sharing all that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would just say, like, be as interactive with the kids as you can, because like the kids strive off that. And I've been working with Todd's for like a school semester, and I'm now transitioning to a new classroom, and all those kids still remember my name from the previous semester when I worked with them. And I was like, absolutely shocked. I was like, how do you remember me? Like, I felt so like, wow. And and I just realized, like, it's because they remember me because I play with them, because I interact with them, I get down on the floor with them, I sit at the table and connect magnet building blocks with them. And it's just like even though I'm like, man, connecting blocks again, what a simple thing, but like those kids love it. And I think interaction is like the number one thing in childcare. Their imagination is going, and they're creating in their minds. And when they have an adult next to them doing it, they're like, whoa, she's doing it, I'll do it too. Like it's really cool what interacting can do for a kid. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, Miss Kelsey. Thank you. Thank you. All right. See you guys.